You've got to be smart and super focused on who you work with and why you're doing it. Why just write another song? You need a vehicle for it. Networking is really, really important to get out there and meet as many people and write with as many people as you can. You'll always learn something from everyone.
The one thing that does carry on over the generations with songwriters is be prepared to pick yourself up and dust yourself off a couple of hundred times a week. It's a business of rejection.
It ain't what it was, you know, and you got to be part of a team, and you better be prepared to write that song with 4 other people and crank them out, crank them out, crank them out. It's kind of factory line time in terms of top 40 radio for the most part. And then there's an Ed Sheeran every once in a while, you know, who's lucky enough to get discovered and whose craft was fallen in love with by somebody like Taylor Swift who'd already made it. You know, keep doing it if you have to do it.
I think they should read something that a lot of people forget to do. They should read novels. They should read poetry. I mean, modern poetry like Charles Bukowski. You know, they should read anything that is really well written to just get the idea of language that communicates clearly, but saying a lot in a few words, saying it visually, saying it conversationally, things like that. They should also listen to really great songs and try to figure out what that writer was doing. And then they should write a lot, not necessarily songs. They should just write.
For an artist to be successful, you have to be John, Paul, George, Ringo, Brian Epstein, and George Martin. You have to be 6 heads in one. It's not enough just to be as good a songwriter and singer as Lennon. It's not enough. You can't even be just as good as Paul McCartney. You got to be all 6. Otherwise, someone's going to steal your songs. Otherwise, you're not going to understand the making of producing records. When I work with an artist, I encourage them to be a part of the record-making process. I want them to be great record makers. It's not just about me. It's about passing on a tradition of making records to a next generation.
Networking is still as important now as it was then. There isn't a place like the Songwriter Showcase anymore, but there are places like Hotel Cafe, The Whiskey, the Viper Room. I'm always going to see new artists perform because you have easy access to them there. If you hear someone you like, you could walk up to them and maybe, you know, offer them a chance to write a song. You know, I mean, that's exciting to me because I'm writing with new blood all the time. I'm constantly looking for new artists. The most important thing is collaboration, and that hasn't changed. I have so much fun collaborating with people, and it brings out ideas in me that I wouldn't have. And hopefully, as a collaborator, I do the same for my co-writers. I don't have any standard method of working, and I don't believe there should be rules in songwriting. I think if there are rules, you've got to break them.
Challenges are, obviously, how do we monetize our career? Obviously, it was a different world because it was a private little world. Once you were inside, there were gatekeepers, which there no longer really are. Once you were in the club, we all made a living. Now, you have to be completely self-contained. They have to learn how to not only be great songwriters and everything else they have to learn, they have to be social media savvy. Obviously, here we are. Social media savvy, they have to learn how to market, they have to understand the business side of things. I had a manager, I had a publisher, I had a mommy, I had a daddy. All I had to do was go write my little songs, you know, you smile because we were all there. We got paid, we got demo budgets, let's go write a song today, Judd. And it's all different. But it doesn't mean it's worse, it's just different.